Doesn't it kind of look like a couple of dragons? Come on, baby. Keep smoking. Oh yeah, I got a number over here. Look at that. The last week, sitting in the car. I'm gonna pull this out of the way. Show you the back. I got chili this morning. I was thinking about just putting my sleeping or my jackets under me while sleeping tonight, but no, I've decided I'm just gonna put on the underquilt. I don't want to be cold again. So what I've got to do, since I was sagging pretty low last night, I gotta undo this. Yeah. And pull it up a little more and retie it. I don't tie no fancy knots. I'm basically doing crochet. I don't know, I guess. Really. A half hitch, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's something I learned as a kid. It's crochet to me. It's just to take up the extra cordage, get it off the ground, have a nice solid knot that I can undo really easily. So, pop these snaps here. I always put my underquilt in the very bottom of my bag. Sleeping bag's toward the top. First thing on the top is the tarp. Sleeping bag's close thereafter. But I always put my underquilt in the very bottom because it fits there really nice, because it is kind of big. And I can get to it without unpacking the whole rest of my backpack. If I decide I need my underquilt, I can just pop open the bottom and get it out. Tuck it in. The knife's got to go. And I do have a carabiner on here. I'm gonna sleep at this end tonight. So I put that carabiner on there so I can pull that over, snap together over my chest. Yeah. Good, I'm not getting cold tonight. Tuck that down in there. We'll stick the knife up in the top of the hammock. So when I stick my jackets and stuff up there earlier, they'll hold the knife up in the corner and I'll know exactly where it's at. Alright, this mountain house, I was thinking it was a cup of water, but it says 2/3 of a cup of water. So it's like, well, a cup of water is 8 ounces, so you're looking at 5.5 ounces. I put whatever was left in my canteen, 11, 12 ounces of water in my canteen cup, put the lid on. I think I'm just going to go ahead and, since this is only going to take 5 or 6 ounces, I think I'm going to go ahead and get my Nalgene bottle and pour a little more water in there and have me a cup of coffee with my dinner. Why not? I've already got too much water in there, so I'm not gonna waste it. I'll pour some more in and make a cup of coffee too. Ounces. I've still got pretty much a full Nalgene for tomorrow, and I'm going home tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, so I think I'm covered. That rainwater really helped me from last night. Otherwise I would have been down to the creek to make my dinner tonight. Alright, my water's almost finally boiling. I'm gonna shake this Mountain House pack down and open it up. Get my spork ready. Still gotta wait 10 minutes. Always remove the oxygen absorber inside. It's just steel and charcoal. They react together to burn up the oxygen. It's the same thing as the hand warmers and foot warmers and stuff you get. So there's no problem throwing it in the fire. Get my spork over here. Blow the ashes off. Oh yeah. Water's boiling. It's not a rapid boil, but it's a boil. Alright. Pouring my chicken and rice. See how much I need. I think that's probably pretty good. Let's just go a tad more, just to make sure. Woo! Hot. Okay. Zip that up. Set that aside. Alrighty guys, I'm almost packed up, ready to go. I had to wait for my tarp to dry. I think it's just about dry. So I'm gonna take it down and roll it up and put it in my backpack and head on home. Had a really good time out here. That grate worked really well over the fire. And not only that, I piled it on those sticks over there, or I piled those sticks up and set that on top to put my sleeping bag on overnight. So it was right there by me and up off the ground, away from the mice or whatever. Didn't have no problem. So I would much rather have hung it up like I have it hanging here on the post or something. But with the rain the other night, and it rained pretty good, I was afraid it would get wet. So I'd much rather have it under my silnai. So, well, I'm gonna finish taking the silnai down, roll it up, and head toward home. Look at all the deer tracks. These are where the deer went through last night, up that hill. In the creek, I haven't fished in here yet. I plan on it. Though looking in the water, I don't see anything at the moment. But you never know, get down in them holes or up there. Never know. Well, I'm heading out of here. There's a few pieces of Wilson's vertebrae. No ribs, no leg bones, no nothing. I can't imagine somebody would cut a deer's head off, an 8-point buck, and then throw it out in the woods somewhere. But I don't see any other pieces of his bones. One thing I've noticed about this tarp, when it rains, it stretches and starts to sag. You can see the little wet spots there where it's like stretched out, where it's wet there, and then up here where it's still wet. See how this is all tightened back up except for where it's wet over there. You can see up underneath the blue tarp, it's dry under there, it's all stretched back out. When it gets wet, it sags. I don't know why. I don't know why the material expands when it's wet, but it does.